Good morning, everyone. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om. So, guys, today we will learn about pivot table. So, I have a set of data in front of me, and this is a roster. As you can see, I have got serial number, employee ID, agent name, agent ID, agent name, TL name, AM name, shift, and dates. It's a 1 week shift, 1 week roster, okay, and week of leave, gender, work from home or work from office, certification date, production effective date, and bucket like tenuity of the employees, batch number, concurrency, and LOB, voice LOB. So in voice LOB, there's no need for concurrency actually. There's only one concurrency, one call at a time agents handle. So this is a set of data that we have. Okay, so I need to know. So here we will use pivot table. Okay, and what is the purpose of using pivot table? I need to know. I see there are so many shifts, right? If you see, if I add filter, okay, to add filter, what we need to do is shift control L. Shift control L, we can add filter, and then we can click on this down arrow. We will get this list of the shift that we have. We can see 7 to 4 o'clock, 8 to 5 o'clock, 9 to 6 o'clock, 10 to 7 o'clock, 5 to 2 o'clock night, then night shift, and 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning. So we have got this list. So I need to know in which shift how many people are rostered. Okay, so can we tell this? I mean, can we answer this question by just looking at this data? It's a huge data that we have in front of us in this table. Okay, but we do not have like we cannot say how many shifts we have, how many people logged in. So if I just calculate, let's say 4th September, okay, 4th September, just in 7 to 4 o'clock shift in the morning 7 o'clock to afternoon 4 o'clock. In this shift, how many people are rostered? Let me just see. You see, for 4th September, we got the data. So shift control down arrow. Shift control down arrow. So here you can see 31 people are rostered in the 7 o'clock shift. 31 people are rostered. So like this, we want to find out how many people are rostered in which shifts, okay, in every shift. So for that, what we can do, we can just remove this filter, same way, shift control L, okay, and we will apply pivot table, alt N V, enter. So here it is asking a new sheet or existing worksheet. So we will use a new sheet, okay. So we'll hit enter. So here we got the pivot table. So through this pivot table, we will try to find out in which shift, in every shift, how many people are actually rostered. Okay, so let's say shift in the search bar, right hand side. So I typed shift. So I'll drag this down to this area, rows, okay. So in the rows box, we will drag this shift option, okay. So we can see here at the left hand side, these are the shifts, okay. here are the list of shifts. So 6 shifts are there altogether, and then you've got derostered, how many people are derostered, how many people are in training, how many people have been off chat or off. Yeah, okay, so off chat won't be there because it's a voice process, so we can just remove that, no issue. Okay, so we can remove this option off chat. Okay, so it's not required. So it's, as you can understand, this is just an example data, so it's just for an example. Okay, so this off chat data is not required. Now off chat, or you can just keep the data, no problem. Off chat means basically those who are who have been made off calls. Off chat, off calls, same thing, so because of some escalations or something like that, maybe there is some HR session pending, so we make people off calls. Okay, so if they have done something wrong on the calls, we make them off calls, so they will be pending HR session. So because of this is the column, I mean this is the data where it captures how many people are off calls. Okay, so these are the list. Now the thing is, if we drag shift option in the value, okay, we get this data, how many people are, and we can sort this way, largest, smallest. So let's click on largest. So we see that in the morning 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we have got the maximum people rostered. 76 people are rostered, right? So we cannot say that these data by, I mean, we cannot answer to this question by just looking at this data. This is a data, it's a huge data. Okay, so here we cannot say, or we do not know how many people are rostered in which shift, and in which shift we have got the most number of people rostered, right? We don't know by just looking at this data, but we can, by using pivot table, we can find out that in which shift we have got maximum people rostered. So we can see that for 8 AM shift we have got the maximum people rostered, 76, and after that in the 5 AM shift we have got 72 people rostered. In the morning 9 o'clock shift we have got 37 people rostered. So night shift 10 o'clock 10 PM to 7 AM we have got the minimum people rostered, that's 16. One person is in training, or 2 people have been off calls, have been made off calls due to some escalations. 9 people are derostered. Derostered means, I mean, in some companies there is this facility derostered, in some companies we call not in commit. So derostered, not in commit, these are similar type of terms, which means that these people might be on long leave or something, so we put them aside from the roster. We do not include them in the roster basically, and that's how we can save some shrinkage. So that is it. So this is how we can use pivot table. We can find out one more thing. Let's say in you see there are so many team leaders in this E column. We can see there are list of team leaders: Catherine Briggs, then Paloma Sexton, then we have got Fernando Avalos. So these team leaders are there. Okay, now I need to find out in which shift. In the G column we have got the number of shifts. Okay, in which shift how many team leaders are aligned. Okay, so if we find out this data, so we need to remove this shift and this shift, and we have to bring team leader, okay, in this box. So let's say, no, let me just write shift again. Okay, so I'll bring shift in the rows column. Okay, and then I'll bring team leaders, TLM, in the column. Sorry, not in column, in the values. Oh, sorry, not in values again, in the rows only. Okay, so in the rows column we brought shift, and just below that we brought team leaders. Now we can find out that in 7 to 4 o'clock shift, in 7 AM to 4 o'clock shift, we have got 2 team leaders rostered, right? Their team are rostered, like Kali Kim and Catherine Briggs. Their team members are rostered for this morning shift. Alexa Ryan, Sanjeev Banerjee, Russell Reach, Harlon Vo, Artemis Stark. These team leaders are rostered for 8 to 5 shift in the morning. I mean, their team members are doing morning shift and they are doing 8 to 5 shift. Okay, so this way we can find out our data. So all this data is given in this raw file, but here this is not organized. Like we cannot find out like which shift, which team leaders are doing which shift. So here we can find out in a tabular form. Okay, in a tabular form. So this data is looking not good, so let's give it a little bit of design. So we will click on design, and then in the report layout we will find out show outline form, show in outline form, show in tabular form. So if we click on this show in outline form, it will look far more professional. So click on this. So you see that we got shift as well as team leader. Okay, and then there is a minus sign, and we can see. So let's just remove that minus sign. We can click on this pivot table analysis. Click on this, right, move the cursor to the right hand side corner. You will see this plus minus button sign. Just click on that. You will see this minus button has been removed. Okay, now just let's add a little bit of design to this. Just stretch this far and then stretch this far. Okay, let's say we will select 8 to 5 shift. Okay, if we click on 8 to 5 shift, you see these are the team leaders whose team are doing 8 to 5 morning shift. Okay, so this way we can find out more data. Let's say 5 to 7 shift, who are doing 5 to 2 shift, 5 o'clock PM in the afternoon to 2 AM shift in the night. So who all are doing, which teams are doing this shift? Click on OK. Then you see these 4 teams are doing 5 to 2 evening shift they are doing. Okay, so this way we can find out data. So this is the use of pivot table. Okay, now this is about roster. So from roster we can change the name of this sheet. We can change the name of this tab, okay, to pivot. Okay, we can write this pivot. We can even, if you want, we can even change the color of it. We can click on the right click. We can give right click, and then in the tab color we can use any colors. Let's say I'm choosing this red color. If we click on roster, you see it's getting, I mean, the red color is becoming more dark. Once we click on this pivot tab, it's the darkness is going away and it's looking light red. So this way, similarly, we can change the color of this tab, roster tab, let's say yellow. Okay, then we can click and change the color of CSAT tab into, let's say, blue. Okay, so that's how we change the these 3 colors. Now the thing is, if we want to add extra sheet, we can, this plus sign, we can click on this and we can add a new sheet to this. Okay, so we used pivot table to find out this data, this informations which is there in this source file, this raw file itself. Okay, in this raw file we have got all the datas, but in the pivot we have these datas in an organized way, so that we can find out the answers of these questions. Okay, now the thing is, let's talk about CSAT. Okay, so here we have a data where we have a list of the customer survey, 5 rating, 2 rating, 1 rating, and all that. Okay, these are the contact IDs, agent ID, date, CSAT count, DSAT count, center, Los Angeles, Chicago, and a lot of LOVs. Then we have got designation, team leader's name, aim name, tenuity of the agent's name. We have got all the data. Okay, so as you all know that, let's apply filter, shift control L. Okay, as you can see, there are 1 rating, 2 rating, 3 rating, 4 rating, 5 rating. That means 4 and 5 rating means good, customer is giving positive response. When the customer is giving you 1 rating, 2 rating or 3 rating, that means they are giving you negative response. Okay, so we have to find out how many positive response, that means 4 plus 5, against how many negative response, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3, an agent is getting. Okay, so we need to find out this data. Of course, from this data we cannot find this out. So you see, that's not possible. So we have to use the pivot table to find out this data. Okay, so again, Alt N V enter. Now you see again this option that we are getting new worksheet and existing worksheet. So we can use the new worksheet, or else we can use an existing worksheet. Okay, so if we click on the new worksheet, okay, then a new tab will open and we can find out which team is scoring how many, which team is scoring what CSAT percentage. We can find out that. Okay, now I don't want to do that. I don't want to find out this data. I mean, use a new worksheet for this. Okay, I don't want to use a new worksheet. I want to use this pivot table that we already have. Okay, just beside this, here we have got this data, and just beside this data we want to use this pivot table. Okay, so that also we can do. How we can do? Alt N V enter. So it's asking for new worksheet and existing worksheet. So instead of new worksheet, I will select this time existing worksheet. Last time we used new worksheet, this time we will use existing worksheet. Existing worksheet means we can find out the we can create the pivot table on this page itself, existing page, or we can also do that by going to the pivot table. Here also we can, I mean, anywhere, I mean, just click here or here or here, anywhere we can just click and we can use this page as an existing page to create the table. So it will look good. I mean, just beside this left hand side we have got already a pivot table, then in the right hand side we can use another table. So we click on OK. You see, we got the pivot table here just beside this table. Okay, here we have got one table, here just right hand side we have got another table. Okay, so we do not have, you can see CSAT tab or pivot tab, roster tab, and this new tab is of no use. So you can just right click and delete it. It's not required. So we have got both the pivot in the same page. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to find out from this CSAT data that we have to find out, these are the team names. Okay, team leaders name, the aim name. We have to find out which team leaders are scoring how much percentage of CSAT. Okay, so that we have to find out. So manually we won't calculate that. Okay, so these are the 5 rating, 4 rating against 1 or 2 or 3 rating, how many total rating is there. So we won't be calculating this manually. We will be using pivot table for this. So what we will do, we will use aim name first. Okay, these are the list of aim names. Then we will use TL. All right, so just below the aim name we have got the list of team leaders. Under Alan Vaughan, which is the aim, we have got these many team leaders. Okay, so these are the data, and then we will use CSAT score. Okay, now this data is not looking good, so we'll give it a tabular design or outline design. So here again we will click on design and then click on report layout, and then we will click either show in tabular form or show in outline form. So we'll use outline form. Then we will go to the pivot table analyst. We'll from the right hand side corner we will click on this button icon and we will remove this plus minus button. Okay, now this is looking like a table. Now one more thing we need to do, that is okay, we could do one more thing. Shift Control L, we will remove the table. I mean, we will remove the filter. We could do one thing, plus T enter. see it gives us a tabular form. Okay, so I want to do one thing. We will just remove this pivot table. Okay, let's do one thing. Control Z, 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 Control Z. Okay, it's not going. This pivot is not getting removed. Let's remove it. Control minus. Okay, so I've removed the pivot. Okay, now I want to create this in a fresh way. Okay, Shift Control L. So Control T, enter. So we gave it a tabular form basically. Okay, and then Alt N V, enter. Then existing worksheet, go to the pivot table, click on here, and then click on OK. So we can also create a pivot table this way. We can change the source data into a tabular form, and then we can use the pivot table. We can do that way also. Many people first change the source data in a tabular form, and then they create a pivot table. People do this way as well. So this is a second way we can learn about it. Okay, so again same way, aim name. Okay, so we'll drag the aim name, then TL name, then we will give it a tabular design or outline design. Okay, and we'll remove this plus minus icon, and it's the same thing, and then we will use this CSAT percentage. Now we do not have a CSAT percentage in this source data. You see, this is source data. Here we have got response count, response count, like 5 response, 4 response, 1 response, but we do not have a percentage. We have got the CSAT count, how many CSATs got and how many DSAT got and all that, but we do not have a team leader wise, but we do not have the percentage. So we have to find out the percentage. How we can do that? We have to use a formula. We will go to this pivot table analysis, pivot table analyze. Okay, and then we will click on filled items and sets. We'll click on this calculated fields, and we'll give this a name, CSAT percentage. Okay, and then in the formula bar we will write CSAT. We can write it, or we can just click on this, from the field we have see we can write this CSAT count. All right, or we can just delete this and we can select this CSAT count, insert. Yeah, we got the CSAT count divided by, in the bracket we can again insert CSAT plus DSAT, bracket close. So this is how we will, and then we will add. This is the formula that we are adding. Click enter. Now we got the percentage. Okay, now this is the percentage that we got, and wait, now here it's in decimals. We need to convert it into percentage. So just click on F column and shift control percentage. All right, or we can just click on this percentage icon that we have over here. Click on here, we will get the percentage, and then just add 2 decimals. Okay, and then Alt HAC. Okay, so we'll give it a nice look. Alt HAC again, once again. So we can just merge the data in the middle. Okay, align the data in the middle, or we can align the data towards the left hand side. Both way we can do it. Okay, and we can use we can use a little bit design also with this. Let's say click on this design icon. Here we have got lots of design, so you click on this. You see the color has changed. By clicking on this drop down, we can add more colors. Let's say we can use this one. This one is also good, not bad, right? So this is how we can use a table. Okay, now we can also do one thing. Alt A, sorry, Control A, Alt H B A. You see, we have got these lines, and then Alt H A C. So that's it. Okay, now this we got. Now we want to add few more details. Let's say we want to add center and LOB. Okay, center and LOB. How we can do that? We can add center. So you see this Braylon Simpson, his team is scoring 27.27%, very low score. So we can add a center in the filter box. Then we got this center. We can click on Chicago and click on OK. We got the Chicago data. Okay, if we click on Los Angeles, we can get the Los Angeles data. If we click on all, we can get the all data. Okay, so instead of that, I mean, we can drag this data in the filter column. Instead of that, we can do this way also. You can use slicer. Okay, you just right click on this center and we get this add slicer option. Just click on here, you get this slicer, you get this slicer. All right, now we can design this slicer a little bit. So just click on the slicer option here, up here, and then we can design a little bit. We can add a little bit of design. We can let's say click on this design, so it's green, I mean bluish. Okay, and then here in the column we have got one city name, one state name at a time, or city name at a time. So you to include in, I will increase this number 2 3 4. So you see 4 cities are now aligned in the same line. Okay, you can just drag this little more in this way. I want to keep it here. Right, it's not coming. We need more space. So shift space bar, control plus. Now drag this up here. It's looking good. Now a little bit more space. Yeah, it's looking good. No, it's not looking good. Control Z. Right, this way. Now you see, if I click on this Chicago, we got this only Chicago data, right? And you can just click here and then drag it a little further, right? And just click over here and add more data like LOB. Just right click and add slicer. Okay, you see we have got so many LOBs over here. Same way, go to the slicer and add a little bit of design to this. Okay, the green color, let's say, and let's click on chat. Okay, so in the chat column we got this data. Now this is it. All right, in the chat, in the Chicago city, I mean center name is Chicago, LOB name is chat. We get this data. Okay, see, my team Sanjeev Banerjee is scoring 76.19%, which is also not good. It has to be increased. The data is not looking good. Now I want to achieve this 91%. You see, Nalani Booth, his team is doing very good, 91.67%. I want to do that. Okay, anyways, just kidding. This is just a dummy data, and we are trying to find and learn how we can use pivot table and slicers. These are all slicer, this current LOB and center and all that. We could have used this way, just right click and this show filled list option. We got the filled list option. We could have instead of using this as a slicer, we could have drag this up in this filter column as well. So we could have do that, but we are not doing that. We are using slicer instead of that. Okay, both are the same thing, both are correct. Now let's see let's say I have got to find out. See, my team is scoring 76.19%, which is good. Now, which is not good actually. I mean, I need to find out who all are actually defaulters, who are actually not performing well. Let's double click on it, and you see so many options are coming up. So let's drag this out. This pop-up will show up, and this drag it a little bit, and you can see the employee name. Okay, just click on the select the employee name and click on OK. You get the data, entire data. All right, you get the entire data, how many people are scoring what. So my manager name is White Birch, and under his name you got this TL name, this 5 team builder. You see count 5 it's showing. That means there are 5 team builders, and in under my alignment you got this people, this how many, 10 people. 10 people have scored so far. I might be having 20 people in my team, but only 10 people have got survey so far today. Let's say it's today's data, and in today's data maybe not everyone has got any survey, right? Not everyone has got survey, only 10 people have got survey. So I've got this 10 people's name, and you see if I use sorting, it's a, let's right click and click on sort, and this smallest to largest. Okay, you see a Cleo Black score 25%. Okay, shift and right arrow 25, shift and down arrow. Tate Kent 50%, Terrace Coleman 75%. These 3 are the defaulters. And if you can color them out, these 3 are the defaulters, and rest of the people have done pretty good job, and that's why our score is doing good. Okay, so if we, let's say, remove this person, shift spacebar, let's remove this person, Cleo Black 25%, and my team score is how much? 76. Let's say, yes, this one, 76.19%. As a team we have achieved 76.19%, and in this team these 3% are not doing good, they are defaulters, let's say, for today. So let's remove this Cleo Black 25%. let's see the 76.19% improves. Obviously it will improve. So how much it will improve? So I have selected shift spacebar and then control minus. Okay, it's not going. Let's this way. So I can't select the entire row. This will not be, I will not be able to minus this row. Okay, so I can do this way. Right, just let me 1 minute. Alright, it's not going. Let's minus this, or just select this and then minus. You see, when I selected only this much and control minus, the score has improved to 88.26%. If we further remove Tate Kent, let's remove Tate Kent, control minus, our score has improved to 93.33%. If we can remove Terrace Coleman, control minus further, yeah, we get 100% score. Alright, so that's how. So control Z, so the original score is 76.19%. so the thing is that this is how we can use this. Let's move it, shift it a little bit right hand side, and then let's click on it and drag it here up, so it's looking good. Okay, so this is how we can use pivot table. I hope you guys learned how to use pivot table in a new sheet, and then in a existing sheet, and how to color these tabs and all that. So please keep subscribing my channel, and do like my videos, and keep sharing these videos. It will help others who are trying to learn Excel and get promotions through IJPs. So it will really help them. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.